So, big news for Brunswick, Glenn County, Georgia. Instead of having Jackie Johnson as the former district attorney, now they got a brand new one, Keith Higgins. Keith Higgins just got in there because of the Ahmaud Arbery controversy. So because of the Ahmaud Arbery controversy, where you had the two white supremacists who gunned down a black man that they suspected was stealing stuff, but there's no evidence of him stealing anything at all. He was unarmed and just looks like a bunch of white supremacists just, wanted to lynch a black man is all it looks like to me. So because of that, because of the Ahmaud Arbery controversy, because of that case, and a whole bunch of other ones, this comes from CNN, and they just said there was a trend of just lots of controversial decisions. It seems like Jackie Johnson and Justice they just did not get along whatsoever. Jackie Johnson just stayed away from Justice as far as she, Justice, you better get the hell out of here, is what Jackie Johnson said. So Brunswick, Glenn County, Georgia told Jackie Johnson, you better get the hell out of here. So Jackie Johnson was the former district attorney, right? So she lost the election. It's now Keith Higgins. So hopefully, Brunswick, Glenn County, Georgia actually gets a justice system that's rooted in justice, actually constituted around justice, has a foundation that's rooted in justice. A justice system rooted in justice. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. So Gregory McMichael was the guy that killed Ahmaud Arbery, and he was, going around arresting people illegally for a decade as the district attorney investigator. And so he's been a violent thug for his entire life. Now, this is CNN. On November 4th, election results showed that Keith Higgins had beat Jackie Johnson easily, collecting 2/3 of the vote. So it wasn't just barely, he just barely won, barely got a victory. This was a wallop. This was a walloping. Keith Higgins beat the living shit out of Jackie Johnson, and he got like 8,000. He needed 2,000 signatures, got 8,000, and then I don't even know what he stands for. He used to work in Jackie Johnson's office, but then he stood up for one of the cases and then wound up getting fired or, quit or something. So, and the Keith Higgins' win reflects a statewide trend. Georgia voters ousted at least 8 incumbent district attorneys, including 5 in the state's biggest cities. 7 others are retiring, which means there will be 15 brand new chief prosecutors in Georgia's 49 judicial circuits, which is a level of turnover experts in the state say they haven't seen before. So, 15 brand new DAs out of nearly 50. We've never seen this high of a turnover. But, that is actually, so those outcomes in Higgins' victory especially speak to an increased scrutiny on prosecutors in recent months and a broader shift in what the public expects of them. So Keith Higgins, what's he got to say? He said the win was humbling. He said people came forward to help me get on the ballot so there would be a choice. And then people continued to help me get elected after that. They basically have placed their hope in me that I will affect that positive change that they were seeking. So again, maybe the Brunswick Judicial Circuit will actually get some justice inserted in it. Maybe justice will actually be, the whole thing. And Martin Luther King says, in order to have peace, you want to have a peaceful society, a peaceful community. In order to have peace, you must have justice. You can try to avoid all the conflict, but that's not what you need. In order to get peace, you don't avoid all conflict. It's not the absence of conflict. It's not the absence of struggle and friction. But it's the presence of justice. It's the presence of justice. That's how you get true peace. If there's no justice, then the peace is a fake peace. Basically, might is right. The king is just, not terrorizing people for the day? So, yeah, this is fantastic news for Brunswick, Glenn County, Georgia. Ahmaud Arbery. This is a horrible tragedy, and hopefully they do get some justice with that case. And hopefully this Keith Higgins comes in, being Mr. Justice. Hopefully Keith Higgins turns out to be the Mr. Justice that the people of Brunswick, Georgia, thought that he would be. So, yeah, that's great news for Brunswick, Glenn County, Georgia. They got a brand new district attorney. So, good luck, Keith Higgins. Peace.